As you can see in this video, it's a queen cell that I have given onto the bees with it had a queen inside. Now she's hatched, and you can see that they accepted it. Now she's running around somewhere inside, doing her thing. In a few days she should do a mating flight and start her regular laying. So you're watching for that one. But this is the queen cell, that little seed that I had, and I put it on the frame, and those guys accepted it. See the build on it. Now those worker bees going around doing their thing. See, there's honey and there's pollen and all different kind of things they're doing right now. They're just building, right? Because they didn't have a queen, they were queenless. And now because they get a brand new queen now, so all the workers that were laying, those laying workers, all of those things stop because there's a new pheromone spreading inside. So the queen is telling them, hey, I'm here now. So all that laying is stopped. So the number of drones that's drones, that egg that was laying, it's gonna be different right now. You're gonna start seeing more worker bees, and she'll be laying according to her desire still. So we're watching for that one and see the process before they do it, right? Because you know the science of beekeeping, you have to be observant. So observation is one thing. You have to keep observing to know what's going on. Without that observation, you wouldn't realize that your hive is queenless. So you have to keep focus on, patience is a virtue when it comes to beekeeping. You have to have that patience. For example, this frame is where the worker bees was laying. All these cells are worker bee cells. These cells, and all of those are going to become drones. In the long run, they're going to become drone bees. So that's how it is. So you just have to observe, because the worker bees, they don't lay fertile eggs, they just unfertilized. So everything that they lay become drones. And sometimes they lay like 2-3 eggs in one cell just because they want they can't reach, the abdomen can't reach to the bottom of the cell. So they do all these things just, so they're willing, they're trying, right? They're trying their best. The best is good enough for the work. They just get a lot of drones, right? So now that they have a queen, they're super excited and nice. So they will be doing a lot of stuff. People can start go foraging again. Then in a few weeks from now, once the queen start laying and those young worker bees come in, they're gonna have a lot of nurse bees, cell builders, wax builders, and all these things, right? We just have to just keep focus on. It's a good thing. And with this, as I said before, patience is a virtue. And without patience, you won't be able to do a proper beekeeping. You have to have patience, because observation, just by looking at each cells, looking what they're doing, observing the bees, those are the things, right? And give them a little smoke here and there to confuse them, the pheromone sense, so it won't get them too aggressive. You just kind of calm them down with a little smoke. But other than that, it's very good, right? Right now I'm just observing those cells, make sure that the new queen doesn't start laying, even though I know she's not laying as yet, but normally I observe, just to see what's going on inside, right? I'm just checking the frames, checking other frames just to know what's going on, right? Yeah, because I have to be checking the amount of bees, because when a hive is queenless, you realize that the population of the bees get the numbers of bees, the workers they get less. As every day workers dying and they're not and there's no queen to lay any eggs, so you won't have them coming back, right? So yeah, the numbers keep decreasing until if you don't re-queen or strengthen the hive before, then the population will go right down until nothing, right? Because worker bees only can lay fertile eggs, and after a certain time, those same workers that's laying gonna stop laying because they only live for a certain amount of time, and if there's no young worker bees coming, then the laying is gonna stop completely. So those are the things. So sometimes when you see, I'm just observing right now, making sure that even though the population is small, I realize that I have enough worker bees, and there's some young worker bees still coming out and one of those frames that I gave them to boost them. So that's just those are the workers that's gonna turn into nurse bees. Those are the ones that's gonna be nursing the queen, feeding the queen, and most of them is gonna start secreting wax and all these things, right? Because they need a royal jelly to feed her. So it's only the nurse bees can really produce those, because they're older bees, they're foragers, and they're the ones that's going to go outside looking nectar and pollen, right? So it's a unit. So without everybody doing their part, the colony is gonna fall apart and the colony is gonna die, right? Because if you have a queen and there's no nurse bees to nurse her, the colony is gonna go down. So you have to observe and just do your part as a beekeeper. That's where we come in. We strengthen the hive. We do the requeening. We give them the necessary things that they need to function, And once they're strong enough, then they'll do all the rest of things on their own, right? They don't really need us that much, right? But once we do our part, they'll do theirs, and that's how it works. We help them and they help us, right? Because we boost them, give them shelter and all these things, and they give us honey, nectar, all these things, right? So it's like one hand washing the other, Yeah. So it's a good thing. I enjoyed doing this bees, because if you observe the colony and how it works, it's fascinating.